Thursday, and we are cruising right along with our adaptation unit. So we're going to start notes today on natural selection. Here's a breakdown of your notes. Let me move this off to the side. There we go. Okay, so we have slides 13 through 22 in your Unit 5 Adaptations notebook. Remember, I grade notebooks. So we have 13 is our title page, 14 is information about genetic traits. And it tells you what I want you to do for each slide. 15 is about Charles Darwin. 16 is about adaptations. You're going to look at the picture, type in, and I'm going to show you just a minute. So this, again, goes through everything I want you to do in your notebook, all the way to slide 22. So when we look at our notebook, it should look like this. Title slide. Mine's a little bit different because I have the key. And we're going over these notes in class. So here's our information about genetic traits, our information about Charles Darwin. He is our main guy for this unit, just FYI. Okay, so here you're typing the different types of adaptations you see from these three animals, and we're discussing it in class. So we have a duck, pufferfish, and a cheetah. Here we have information, kind of like the basis of what creates natural selection. So it starts off with organisms in different environments. You have to know what both of those things are, which at this point you kind of should. We have definition of natural selection and favorable traits, and then you're going to type and answer this question. Why do you think it's the favorable traits that become more common? Favorable traits help an organism survive to a reproductive age, making those traits more likely to be passed along to a new generation. So the ones that survive are the ones passing down the traits, is the concept behind this. Number 26, we are analyzing the graph about a mouse. Get this down so you can see. And it's graphing how many offspring, how many babies are being made by the mouse each year. I believe it's a year based off of that. Yep. Okay, so you can see which traits are the stronger ones, helping them survive more and not being eaten as much. So from our graph, we can see that the sensitive noses are a trait that's being passed down more often. Long tails and big ears, because they're helping those mice survive. We have information about our finches in the Galapagos Islands, and why birds have different beaks, because that's one of those big adaptations for the finches. So all of the finch birds came from one specific finch, and they all changed. Their beaks changed because of the environment they were in and the food that they were going after. And this kind of shows you the different types of beaks that birds can have and why they have different beaks, like what's the purpose of it. Slide with the peacock is our last one for our notes today. You're going to be highlighting in yellow the adaptations, in green the reason for those adaptations, and these three examples. And then it should look similar to this. So again, the change, the adaptation, is going to be in yellow, and the reason for the adaptation is going to be in green. And then that's it for our notes today. When we finish our notes, there's an assignment for stations. It looks like this, and there is a watch it station, link for the video, answer the 3 questions based off the video. The video will give you the answers. There's read it, where you read over the information, give me the definition of each word or how you relate to it, then answer the 3 multiple choice questions. Again, should be answered through your reading. Then we have our explore it. You're going to drag and drop the moths, all 8 of them, onto the picture. Then answer the question, and the question's right here. You're going to do it again. This time we have a different type of tree. Well, rephrase that, not a different type of tree. You'll have to read the information to understand what's going on here. You're going to drag and drop all those moths again, answer the question, and again, read that information because it's actually really interesting and shows up on the STAR test often, that and the finches. For natural selection, these are the 2 big ones that usually get hit. So make sure you understand the Industrial Revolution and how that impacted these moths. It's pretty interesting. And then we have questions that go with the moths. Then our next station is research it. The link is right here. I believe there's a game that goes with this too. Again, really dealing with those moths, and it's a little fun to play. So answer each question that goes with it. Go to the link here. Number 10 is organize it. So drag and drop. So put it where it goes. Either it's natural selection or selective breeding. Natural selection happens over a long period of time in the environment naturally-ish, like things being eaten, not eaten. Selective breeding is done by people. We do this. Farmers and like dog people, they breed, all these different breeders. That's selective breeding. That is done by people. So pay attention to that when you're doing the drag and drop. Illustrate it is our next station. So draw bird beaks. That would be adapted best for each situation. So you're going to draw 5 different bird beaks. You can do this on a piece of paper, or you can do this digitally if you're really good at that. Take a picture of it if you do it on paper and upload your picture here. This just gives you directions. Google Draw is a pretty awesome thing. Then we have write it. So question here, type your answer here. Same thing here. There's only 3 questions. And that's it for write it. Then we have assess it, multiple choice for these 3 questions. And then assess it part 2. Here's your word bank right here. Put the words where they go here. And you can refer back to the Read It station to help you with this. But here's our word bank. And that's the end. So stations are not due today. They're going to be, I believe, due on Monday is what I'm going to do. But we're going to work on them tomorrow as well. So you'll have notes today, rest of class period stations tomorrow, and then we'll move on from there. I'll make it due on Monday so you can turn it in then. So you have the weekend to work on it if you need to. But really, I think 2 days, 1.5 days should be more than enough to finish these. I think you guys got this. So that is everything for today and technically for tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Join the Zooms if you need help or if you want to participate in those notes because I go over them and we discuss them. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday. See ya!